All right, hey guys, this is Avera, and this is another Ask Avera episode. Today, I want to share a story of one of the best conversations I have had with a person who identifies as gay, and how you can start your own conversations with your friends that might identify as gay as well. So a couple of months ago, or maybe even a year ago now, I was at one of my best friend's house, and she wanted me to meet her brother. Now, her brother is a little bit younger than her, and he identifies as gay. And she wanted us to talk and just to kind of like come to know each other and things like that. I didn't really know how the conversation was going to go, and I was actually going into it very nervous. But we actually sat down to dinner with her family first, and then I sat down with him and talked with him afterwards. But it was honestly one of the best conversations that I have ever had about homosexuality, LGBTQ issues, and things like that. And I say this because the conversation went so well, because I think that he might have had the idea that I was going in trying to convert him. But my main thing is I just wanted to listen to him. And I think that that's the main thing that we need to be focused on when talking to our friends who identify as gay, or who really can think differently than us on any topic ever, is just sitting down and being willing to listen, and then listening with the intent to understand, not to respond. This conversation went so well. I think we talked for like 2 to 3 hours. And I asked him questions about his life. He was so open with me, and he shared some really deep and really hard things about his past and some of the things that he's gone through, what it's been like for him identifying as gay. And I think that a lot of times you'll even end up seeing or at least I came away with a better understanding of where the church needs to do better. And I've witnessed this myself. One thing that he said that was, I think, so profound for me and so eye-opening for me was the fact that the LGBT community is so welcoming, at least to people who identify with that community. You basically always have friends, a community, with people within the community. You know, it is not that hard to be welcomed into a space where you feel validated, where you feel adequate. And I mean, there are some places where I don't think that that's necessarily the case, but it made me realize how in a lot of areas, especially in a communal aspect, the church is falling short. And we really need to get better with welcoming people in. And I don't want to come off and say that people in the church are judgmental, but I have seen my share of very judgmental Catholics, and we need to do better. We need to do better as Catholics, and we need to do better as human beings. I really don't even think that this is so much of a religious issue as it is a human issue. You know, we're all human beings, whether we identify as Catholic, Christian, Baptist, whatever, no religious affiliation at all. It really comes down to us just being human to each other. You know, and that is rooted in the kindness the gentleness, the compassion that Christ preaches. And conversion does need to come about. We need to call people to conversion, but compassion always comes first. It has to come first. And I think that that's something that we really lack. And, you know, I think when people reveal so much about themselves and their story to us, it really tells us what wounds they're suffering from, what's really hurt them. And I think it tells us so much about, when that eventual call to conversion happens, how to go about that, you know. And there's a lot more that I talk about on this topic in my support article, which you can visit down below. But what I really just want to get across is that, you know, people who identify as LGBTQ or gay or, you know, whatever, they identify as that for a reason. And I think once you discover that reason, and you get past that and just see them as a human being, then we can start having these harder conversations. Then we can start walking with people. And, you know, then we can start forming these relationships where people trust us to tell them the truth. And we open up those floodgates for those conversations to happen. So thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to check out that article if you haven't already. Subscribe and like this video if you enjoyed it. Turn on the bell notifications so you'll be notified every time I post a new video. If you don't already follow me on social media, be sure to do that down below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next Wednesday with another new video. Bye.